Good evening. My name is John Neerman, and it is my honor to serve as the chairman of the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality. Thank you for sharing your evening with us, and welcome to the 27th Annual Texas Environmental Excellence Awards Banquet. I'd like to begin by introducing my TCEQ colleagues, Commissioner Emily Lindley, Executive Director Toby Baker, and Deputy Executive Director Stephanie Bergeron Perdue. I'd also like to introduce some other special guests from EPA, Region 6 Chief of Staff Aaron Chancellor, and from Governor Abbott's office, we have Deputy Chief of Staff Jordan Hale and Policy Advisor Jordan Rodriguez. Thank you for being here. We appreciate your time and your service to our state. Before dinner is served, I'd like to tell you about a very special program that has been a great benefit to TCEQ and increasingly to private sector employers. In 1992, the Mickey Leland Environmental Internship Program was created to honor the late U.S. Congressman Leland's dedication to promoting sound environmental stewardship. Since its inception, this program has helped more than 2,200 college students learn about environmental issues and gain professional work experience through a paid full-time summer internship. Now in its 28th year, the program is working to expand its partnerships with external sponsors, allowing even more students to be placed each summer. Let's learn more.
I'm Allison Leland. I'm an advisory board member for the Mickey Leland Environmental Internship Program. I'm really passionate about this opportunity for a couple of reasons. First and foremost, it's named in memory of my late husband, Congressman Mickey Leland. I know how passionate he was about creating opportunities for students, and it makes me so proud that there are students from across the country who are placed in meaningful, impactful internship opportunities across the state of Texas.
The Mickey Leland Internship Program attracts bright men and women who are on the cusp of embarking on their professional careers. What impresses me about this internship program is the caliber of students it attracts and the value that they're able to provide. It's regarded as one of the premier environmental internships in the nation because it's a paid internship.
Encore's participated in the Mickey Leland Environmental Internship Program for over 25 years. At Encore, we give our interns some very challenging and meaningful assignments. They range from research to avian interaction with power lines to water quality issues. The process to recruit the interns is very simple. TCEQ does the heavy lifting, and then we just take those interns and put them through our typical onboarding process, and then we give them some very challenging and meaningful projects. We're going to continue to utilize the Mickey Leland Environmental Internship Program. It is a very streamlined process. There's tremendous value to Encore.
You know, when you have these internships, it's really an extended interview. From the moment they walk in to the moment they leave, you're getting to learn how they work, what they're good at, ways that they can improve. And so instead of having a 30-minute or 1-hour interview where you make a hiring decision, you have 10 weeks or 8 weeks to interview these people and determine if they're a good fit for your company.
The TCEQ screens all of the applicants after we've submitted our request. Then they go through hundreds of applications and then send us 10 for each position that we've requested. 5 of our current full-time employees started with us as Mickey Leland interns. 1 as a project manager, others are staff scientists working their way up through the organization. They do all kinds of field work, data collection. It's been hugely successful for us.
It's really important that students have an opportunity to have paid internships. And there's some students who can't accept certain opportunities because they aren't paid. This is an opportunity where the funding that supports students makes such a meaningful difference.
The Mickey Leland Environmental Internship began in 1991, and since its inception, over 28 years ago, 2,200 interns have been placed as a result of this program.
We ask each of you to please consider becoming a sponsor of this important program. We assure you it's a win-win, both for your company and for a bright, talented student eager to launch their professional career. You can find additional information at the website shown up on the screen behind me. Now, please enjoy your dinner and the great company, and we'll begin our program shortly.
Good evening. I hope everyone enjoyed the meal. My name is Toby Baker, and I have the privilege of serving as the TCEQ Executive Director. First, I'd like to introduce another special guest who has joined us, Stacy Reeves from Representative Ed Thompson's office. And I don't know where you are, but somewhere out there she is here. Thank you for joining us tonight. I appreciate it. Once a year, we gather for the Environmental Excellence Awards, where we honor Texans that are making a difference across the state. It struck me that while we learn each year about these incredibly dedicated citizens, some of you may not know very much about TCEQ, specifically the staff who's making a difference across the state on a daily basis. We are an agency of almost 2,800 employees in 16 offices, from El Paso to Beaumont, from Amarillo to Harlingen. We regulate air, water, and waste. We are tasked with protecting surface water quality and quantity across the state. We permit wastewater discharge, and we monitor over 7,000 public water systems. With the help of our regulations, we've reduced ozone by 30% since 2000. Even with the population increase of 24%, I'll applaud for that. Even with the population increase of 24% in Texas, from 2005 to 2017, nitrogen oxides, which are the key ingredient of ground level ozone, nitrogen oxide emissions have been reduced by 45%. This reduction of NOx is equal to taking more than 86 million passenger cars off of Texas roads. I mean, pretty incredible. In 2018, TCEQ and its contractors conducted over 103,000 investigations and assessed $7.5 million in penalties and over $3.9 million to be expended for supplemental environmental projects. In our waste division, we completed 611 cleanups in 2018. And in one instance, we worked with a new owner to coordinate the cleanup of 1.2 million scrap tires from an abandoned tire site. And for me, while all these stats are impressive, I think our people actually tell our story better. We are composed largely of professional employees trained in science, technology, engineering, computer science, and related fields. 53% of our workforce is female, and But I would say our commitment to diversity doesn't stop there. In 2018, we ranked 4th in the Texas Comptroller of Public Accounts, top 25 agencies spending more than $5 million, largest percent spent with historically underutilized businesses. And perhaps, just perhaps, this is why, for the second year in a row, Forbes named us as one of the best mid-sized employers in the United States. And as far as I know, we are the only state agency in the United States to make the list. Yeah, that's all right. You can applaud for that. So no matter what part of Texas you call home, TCEQ employees are your neighbors, and we are here to serve you, not just in response to emergencies, but every single day, 24 hours a day, as I've learned the last 2 months, 365 days a year, and we won't stop. In this video that we're going to show, I think we'll introduce you to a handful of our dedicated employees who serve this great state of Texas.
If I could tell Texans one thing about TCEQ, it'd be that we ultimately work for you because we both share that common environmental goal, and everybody in the community in this entire state could benefit from clean, safe environment.
The work that I do at the TCEQ is very important. I feel that the things that I do day to day make a direct impact in the environment of Texas and affect the citizens and people in the community.
I got interested in taking care of the environment when I was 13 years old. There was a book that I got at the bookstore that was called 50 Simple Things You Can Do to Save the Earth. And so I took the book home and automatically went through and told my parents what we were going to start doing. I'm sure all 50 of them were probably integrated into some way of what I do now still.
I've always had a passion for caring about the environment and helping people, and I've been working at the agency for going on 35 years. It's not an 8-to-5 job. We have people in the field office who go out to address emergency response issues well into the night.
I actually grew up around the TCQ. My father worked here, so I've been around the agency since I was a kid. My brother also interned here as well. My dad worked here for 28 years, and he retired last year.
You know, the one quality that really stands out to me for TCEQ employees is commitment to the state of Texas, commitment to their job.
We get a lot of credit for being there first, being there early, but we do that all the time, not just natural disasters.
TCEQ's priority is to protect public health and the environment in Texas. This is a wonderful group of people, and they are committed to protecting public health and environment in your community and in their own communities. Not only are they skilled professionals, but they approach their work with a real passion for the job.
I wanted a career that was meaningful, a job where I could come home every day and know that not only am I improving the world for myself, but also for those who follow after me.
We care about our community and the environment, but as a whole, we also care about each other.
Being a component of what makes Texas great is part of what I get out of my job.
Everything that you do here matters, whether it's a support role for someone who's really out there in the middle of it, or if you're out there in your field gear working on the front lines, all of it matters.
TCEQ is nearly 2,800 employees. We work in 16 regional offices across the state, from El Paso to Beaumont, Amarillo, down to Corpus Christi, and we're your neighbors. We enjoy the same things that you do. We enjoy our natural environment, the beauty of Texas, and we're all committed to working with you to help protect that.
We live where you live. We work where you work. We're Texans. We're just like y'all.
We are TCEQ.
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 We are Texas.
And now I'd like to welcome Chairman Neerman and Commissioner Lindley to the stage. Commissioner Lindley will begin our program.
Good evening. Thank you, Toby, for helping tell the story of our agency. I wholeheartedly agree with your comments about the TCEQ staff. They are the most committed public servants I've ever had the pleasure of working with, and it's my honor to serve alongside them every day. And many thanks to each of you for being here this evening. We're excited to share these inspirational stories with you. For more than 10 years, the TCEQ's Take Care of Texas program has taught Texans easy ways to help clean the air and the water, conserve energy, conserve water, and reduce waste. By doing so, we can all play a part in preserving our state's precious resources. For the 5th consecutive year, the TCEQ has partnered with Samsung Austin Semiconductor on the Take Care of Texas Kids Art Contest. Through the art contest, young Texans share their vision for how we can all make a meaningful difference. This year, we nearly doubled our entries, receiving more than 5,200 masterpieces. STAR testing is this week for all Texas 5th graders, and we wish them the best of luck. So unfortunately, our grand prize winner isn't able to join us tonight, but on the screen above me, you can see the winning artwork of Miss Mira Patel from Madden Elementary in Richmond. Last week at Mira's school, she was awarded a top-of-the-line Samsung laptop computer, and she received a framed copy of her inspirational work of art. We're also excited to announce that for the first time, the artwork of the 16 winners, one chosen by each of our regional offices, will be displayed in the Capitol ground floor rotunda from June 4th to June 11th. So we encourage you all to go check them out. Please join me in congratulating Mira and the 15 regional winners who will all receive Samsung tablets. I'd also like to thank Michelle Glaze, who is here. I don't know where, but she is representing Samsung Austin Semiconductor. There you are, thank you. Thank you for joining us this evening. The agency appreciates Samsung's continued support of the art contest and young artists across Texas. This year, we are pleased again to partner with Waste Management of Texas on a statewide video contest. The call went out across the state for 6th through 12th graders to produce 30-second videos to encourage Texans to do their part. Again, we more than doubled the entries over last year, receiving more than 500 videos. On this contest, the public had a chance to vote for their favorites, helping us select tonight's 2 winners. Let's take a look.
Don't you just love Texas? I'm a fellow Texan, and I'm going to show you how to protect our environment. To conserve water, you can take shorter showers and turn off the faucet while shaving or brushing. To keep our water clean, you can pick up your pet waste. To keep our air clean, you can turn off the lights and maintain your vehicle. To reduce waste, you can compost and recycle paper and plastic products. By doing these simple steps, you are already becoming a better Texan. These are just a few ways you can help save our environment. And remember, take care of Texas. It's the only one we've got.
The first video was made by Miss Dominique Barraza, a senior at Pebble Hills High School in El Paso. Dominique was unable to attend, but I will have the good fortune of meeting her next week in El Paso, where we will share her video with the Pebble Hills senior class. We will also present Dominique with a $2,500 scholarship provided by Waste Management. And now, please welcome our middle school winner, Weebus Chinta. Weebus is a 6th grader and attends Vista Ridge Middle School in Fort Worth. Also joining us on stage is Heather Learman from Waste Management, who generously donated the prizes for this contest. On behalf of the TCEQ Commissioners and Waste Management of Texas, we are pleased to present Weebus with a GoPro Hero 6 Premium Package as his grand prize. Weebus, thank you for showing us all how we can take care of Texas. And thank you to Waste Management for your support and supporting the vision of these young people. And now it's my pleasure to begin our recognition of the Texas Environmental Excellence Awards. Since 1993, these awards have recognized outstanding citizens, communities, and companies who go above and beyond to protect our environment in the Lone Star State. The process of selecting these winners is no easy task. In early January, a blue ribbon committee, whose expertise reflects the awards categories, was invited by Governor Abbott to Austin to discuss many of the applications. The committee reviewed applications along with supporting materials and ultimately had the tough job of recommending tonight's winners. The Blue Ribbon Committee members are listed behind me, but I'd like those who are here tonight to stand as I call their names so we can express our appreciation for your efforts. We are fortunate to have our committee chair, Dana Evans, who is Assistant Director of TCEQ's External Relations Division. Jaime Garza, TCEQ's Harlingen Regional Director. Glenn Buckley, President of the Lake Creek Greenway Partnership. Lisa Doty, Director of Public Affairs, Waste Management Incorporated. Sarah Nichols, Program Director for Keep Texas Beautiful. Chris Ramirez, who is the weekend weathercaster with KXAN TV San Angelo, who, this is important to note, by the way, Chris was one of those outstanding Mickey Leland interns we mentioned earlier. William Dub Taylor, Director of the State Energy Conservation Office. Lori Trewick, who is, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot one. Lori, I'm gonna come to you. I had to say your name twice. Marcia Towns, I'm sorry, Marcia. She is Partnership Director with the Student Conservation Association. Lori, who is President of the Texas Conservation Fund and CEO and General Manager of Gulf Coast Authority. And Kirk Welch, Assistant General Manager of the North Plains Groundwater Conservation District. Our heartfelt appreciation for your contributions to this great event. We're glad you can be here to help us honor the winners that you recommended. And now I will turn it back to Chairman Neerman. Chairman.
Thank you, Commissioner Lindley. Each winner of a Texas Environmental Excellence Award embodies the very best of this great state. They are innovators and leaders meeting challenges in their industries and in their communities with enormous benefit to our environment. And no one is prouder to recognize this year's winners than our own governor, who has this special message for our honorees. Ladies and gentlemen, the governor of the state of Texas, Greg Abbott.
Hi, this is Governor Greg Abbott, and I am so proud to welcome you to the 2019 Texas Environmental Excellence Awards Banquet. The 10 honorees that you will meet tonight, they exemplify the exceptional character of our great state and its people. They have given their time, their talent, and their treasure to the high calling of protecting our state's precious resources, not only for ourselves, but also for future generations. So, congratulations to all of tonight's winners, as well as all of the finalists of this year's award. I want to thank you all for being a part of what makes Texas so very special. May God bless you in your efforts, and may God forever bless the great state of Texas.
We thank Governor Abbott for his leadership and his recognition of our fine winners. And now it's my pleasure to introduce the 2019 Texas Environmental Excellence Awards finalists. Each demonstrated an unwavering commitment to preserving our natural resources. We are privileged to have some of them here tonight. All of the finalists are listed on the screen behind me, but we would like to personally thank those who are here and recognize them for their dedication. I ask you to please stand when I call your name, and please hold your applause until we recognize all of the finalists. From the Civic Community category, we have the City of Austin's Reverse Pitch Competition. From the Education category, we have the Sneed Prairie Restoration Project from Austin College. From the Ecologist School, a finalist from Families in Nature. We're especially happy to have two finalists from our Environmental Educator of the Year category, Kaylee Bucor, Academic Programs Manager with the Trinity River Audubon Center, and Paul Vickery, the Education Director at West Cave Outdoor Discovery Center. Here from the Innovative Operations and Management category, we have Pioneer Natural Resources for their Pioneer Pad, a well pad innovation. Doing their part for water conservation, we have the Do-It-Yourself Rain Barrel program from Texas A&M AgriLife Water University. And representing one of our youth category finalists is the Youth Advisory Board for Keep Brownsville Beautiful. Let's give all of our finalists a big round of applause. Thank you for the great work you do. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome Ryan Weiss to the stage. Ryan is the director of TCEQ's External Relations Division, and he'll be introducing tonight's winners.
Thank you, Chairman Neerman. Good evening. Actually, it's a great evening. It is with great honor that I have the privilege of introducing the winners for the 2019 Texas Environmental Excellence Awards. Get prepared because you're about to be amazed at the lengths our winners go to protect this beautiful place we all call home. Starting with the future leaders of Texas, watch out, Chairman Neerman, some of these students might be coming after your job. First up, our youth winners, the Texas 4-H Water Ambassadors.
We have youth around the state of Texas that have a passion for education in the area of water and natural resources, and they really want to educate and advocate their communities. This ambassador program gives them the opportunity to do that.
The 4-H Water Ambassador program was developed to provide a select group of high school students an opportunity to gain advanced knowledge and practice leadership skills on things like water management, science, technology. Right now we have 42 water ambassadors representing 37 Texas counties. Each year they go through a different leadership academy or a learning experience, and that gives them more time to gain as much knowledge as they can about the water industry and give back service in their communities.
We want them to build leadership skills and life skills and learn to serve their community so that they are productive citizens.
We visited TCEQ, Texas Water Development Board, and then we also visited several facilities that were involved in water conservation as well as water purification.
We really like to give them a broad perspective of how water is managed in Texas and the diversity of those issues throughout the state. One of the goals of this program is to connect our water ambassadors with educators in the water industry at the local level, and so that they become more engaged in their communities in teaching others about water and watershed protection. After that experience, they're required as a condition of being water ambassadors to give back 40 hours of education and service in their communities.
I taught students about clean water and how harmful pollutants are to water and the different sources pollutions can come from.
We played a fun interactive game and we learned water trivia. So I asked the students questions and they gave me their answers.
These activities are designed to be hands-on and interactive to get these other students excited about water issues and protecting the environment.
My focus was on aquifers. The blue dye in the aquifer model representing contaminants, and over time the contaminants spread throughout the water aquifer. The Water Ambassador program also provides us with a lot of public speaking experience and opportunities for increasing our networks.
throughout this experience, they're creating contacts which potentially could create job opportunities in the future.
Joining us on stage are freshmen Rowdy Kuntz and Tyan Phillips, sophomores Gabriel Rathman, Annika Stevens, juniors Bailey Halbert, Alyssa Rodriguez, and Logan West, and seniors Colby Daig, Magdalena Garcia, Alfonso Islas, John Phillips Jones, Jonah McGinty, and Giovanna Pena. Next, we celebrate the bold efforts of thousands of citizen scientists who volunteer to actively monitor water quality at more than 240 sites along Texas waterways. Let's meet the Texas Stream Team.
The Meadow Center is a research arm of the Texas State University, and we do a number of different things. There's education, we do research, and we're also stewards of this resource in the springs. And the Texas Stream Team is about getting citizens involved in monitoring the rivers and the streams of the state.
We just trained our 10,000th citizen scientist, and so we have a wonderful network of folks that are dedicated to protecting our waterways and also inspiring environmental stewardship. The Texas Stream Team is dedicated to understanding our over 191,000 miles of waterways in Texas, and only about 30 to 40% of those are monitored by professionals on a quarterly, if not annual basis. The Texas Stream Team citizen scientists can come in and add, a lot more eyes on these waterways and help us understand and protect our precious natural resource.
Citizen scientists are everyday people like you and me. I don't have a science background, but I am Stream Team certified, so I am a citizen scientist. I go out and I help collect data along with my neighbors and my colleagues. Things that we're doing here every day, is so important.
A citizen scientist will be assigned a site out at maybe their favorite river or their favorite swimming hole, and they collect a water sample and usually test on site for the water quality parameters. And then they record it on a data sheet that they can either enter that data online through our Waterways data viewer, or they can submit the data sheet by mail.
So I was following the Texas Stream Team protocol. I collected some water in my bucket, measured water clarity using a Secchi tube. Then I used the probes to collect measurements measuring temperature, pH, specific conductance, and dissolved oxygen. After that, I recorded some observations. The data that I recorded today will be sent to the Texas Stream Team central database, and that's available for public viewing.
With 191,000 miles of waterways, our state is so diverse, and working with partners allows us to plug in with communities. They're really the way that we can empower these local citizens with knowledge about how they can protect their local waterways.
Accepting for the Meadow Center for Water and Environment are Executive Director Robert Mace and Stream Team Coordinator Jenna Walker. Pollution prevention is any practice that reduces pollution at its source. But our winner in this category proved that sometimes a waste stream can be eliminated by investigating what's upstream.
Huntsman is known for innovation in specialty chemical manufacturing, and we make specialty chemicals for a variety of industries. Huntsman's Conroe Plants philosophy is essentially continuous improvement, whether it be safety, environmental, or manufacturing performance, all of those areas. This project was basically to minimize the amount of hazardous waste that we generate here at the plant.
Our TF5 tank is our main non-hazardous process waste tank. It collects water from our process sewers across the plant that are collected in sumps and then pumped out to that tank. It's a mixture of water along with small amounts of our product, which are mostly polyols and polyethylamines in that stream that we collect, and over time it layers out. The polyol and polyethylamine products float on top of the water because they're lighter in density.
Prior to 2015, we generated anywhere between 1 million and 3 million pounds of this organic hazardous waste per year. After we were able to isolate the cyclohexane and benzene stream, that material is no longer considered hazardous waste. But we still generate it based on the washout process, so we're still generating about 1 million to 3 million pounds per year. But now we have the opportunity to sell that material as a product. It costs anywhere between $200,000 to $500,000 a year to dispose of that amount of hazardous waste. When we were able to then ship it as a product, we don't have to pay any of those high waste disposal costs.
Ultimately, what we'd like to do with this material is create less of it. And that's one of the goals of every waste management program, is create less waste. So we're looking upstream because we can save a lot more money upstream, but we can also save creating a lot of waste by moving upstream and reducing the amount of material that we put into that tank.
Conroe is a perfect example of doing that when they were able to not only improve their operations, but they're actually able to eliminate a known carcinogen by taking benzene out of the stream, which is a huge win for not only for the community and for Huntsman, but for our employees that have to deal with this product. The core values of Huntsman Corporation are honesty, integrity, respect, and responsibility. And within the last tenet of responsibility is where we see our commitment to the communities and to our employees, very strong safety and environmental culture. Our employees understand that they need to take personal accountability for the commitments that we've made to ourselves and to our communities to have a safe and environmentally responsible operation.
Accepting for Huntsman Petrochemical is Amber Niemeyer. The City of College Station's population has increased by more than 20% since 2010, but residents are only using about 3% more water. How is that possible? Let's find out.
Brazos Valley Water Smart is an educational partnership between the Brazos Valley Groundwater Conservation District and the City of College Station. Our goal is to help homeowners reduce wasteful outdoor water use.
Well, I do irrigation checkups. I go out to homes and I visit with homeowners, inspect their irrigation system, and I'm showing the homeowner how their system works. We read the meter before and after, we do the math, we figure out how many gallons per minute their system uses, and then we translate that into how many gallons per week and per month their irrigation system is using.
To help homeowners reduce waste, to use water more efficiently, we have built a water network. There are 17 different weather stations in Bryan College Station that record rainfall. We use that information to develop a website that provides advice to homeowners on when to run their sprinkler system, how long to run it, and when to turn it off.
We also are fully committed to actually trying to change an entire generation of kids, the way they view water and water conservation. We teach about 7,500 kids a year. Our two counties, Brazos and Robertson, were 98% dependent on groundwater. That's how important it is for us to be able to get a generation, 20 years worth of kids out there that immediately understand why their groundwater and their water supply is so important and why we've got to conserve it.
The amount of water that we've helped the City of College Station save since 2010 is over 600 million gallons of water. That has also helped the city save over $100,000 in electrical costs. We are trying to get people to stay more interactive, to water when their lawn needs it and not water when it doesn't. Our hope for this program is to transport what we've learned here to other cities so they can adopt this technology to save Texas water.
Joining us from BV Water Smart are Bill Harris, board member of the Brazos Valley Groundwater Conservation District, and Jennifer Nations, Water Resource Coordinator for the City of College Station. Tonight, we are excited to name the first winner of our newest category, Environmental Educator of the Year. Educator Linda Dunn has taught in Pennsylvania, Indiana, and Colorado, but thank goodness she now calls Texas home.
Linda's passion for environmental stewardship comes from just her natural way of teaching students.
Linda's an awesome teacher. She speaks individually to each student, and it is very inspirational.
When she came to the organization in 2011, our programs didn't even exist. Her passion is about teaching students to become the best stewards they can of their environment, and in this case, becoming great stewards of water conservation.
My name is Linda Dunn. I'm the education manager at the center, and I've been here just over 8 years. I've been teaching for about 30 plus years. So the Wetland Center is located in the middle of a 2,000-acre constructed wetland, which is a water reuse project by the North Texas Municipal Water District.
Linda has been an amazing asset for the Wetland Center, bringing not only her experience with working with multiple organizations around the state, but also experience as a school teacher and her in-depth knowledge of working with multiple partners to create one-of-a-kind programming.
Our goal is to educate people on wildlife, wetland ecosystems, and wildlife management. When you look at the resource of water in and of itself, a lot of students these days, they don't know where things come from or what they do or how they interact. All they know is that they're getting their water from a tap, that wildlife is on the video. They don't understand how that all works together. And because we are a field study, they're actually seeing that. Having a student come up, that's what we live for. You know, is those kinds of reactions. And when you see it happening, I think it just energizes you as an instructor to see that light bulb go on, to see them put their phone down. So I think just as a teacher myself, that energizes me more.
She said to me this morning, people come here to the wetland to see the wetland. And I said, Linda, you're way too modest. They come here for the programs. They come here for what you've created.
It's really important to teach them, but to provide those opportunities as well, and to make them a special experience. So when they do come out, that they remember it, that they're not just going out in nature with no purpose, but they're going out there and they're actually learning the importance of what it does for themselves, for their soul. There's an activity that I do. Basically, you're showing people things in nature, and what they do is they describe that particular thing. So when you hold things up like an eagle, it's awesome. Or mountains, that's just majestic. Or a stream, oh, that's so peaceful. And so I hear those terms, and I'm just so thankful that I'm able to work in an environment that has that, because I just really believe those things were created for us to realize who created them. And I think God's showing us who He is. That's His description as well. So I'm thankful that I can come here and actually see that every day.
Linda has created an environment that you want to return to. She's helped me strive to be better at what I'm doing. And learning about the environment from her point of view has really opened my eyes as well. I can't imagine this organization without her. She's brought so much depth and knowledge and passion that she carries herself that it really transcends everything.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating Linda Dunn, Education Manager for the John Bunker Sands Wetland Center. If you're enjoying these videos tonight, it's because of the spectacular work of the contractor Pavement Productions. I would like to take a moment and recognize and thank Autumn Fosmo and Adrian Tesselin from Pavement. We appreciate your enormous talent in helping us tell these important stories, so if you could please stand and be recognized. Our Innovative Operations Management winner took an employee-driven, campus-wide approach to resource conservation, chemical elimination, energy reduction, and wildlife restoration. And it's paid off.
BAE Systems is a global aerospace defense and security company. There are about 83,000 employees worldwide. Here in Austin, we have about 600 employees, and we have everything from technicians to highly specialized engineers, scientists, designing the products that we build. We have a number of cooling towers throughout campus to cool all of our buildings.
The City of Austin was looking to put a purple pipe through our campus to serve parts of the city. It's the reclaimed water, the partially treated wastewater effluent water. We did research and we found out that you can indeed use it for cooling towers, which is one of the largest users of potable water for an industrial site.
Our buildings are all chilled through reclaimed water now.
When we switched over to reclaimed water, we were able to save the city from having to produce over 10 million gallons per year of potable water.
We installed a rainwater capture system as more of an experiment in one of our smaller buildings.
One of our shop personnel has actually become certified to design and install rainwater capture systems. We're going to be able to run all of the toilet fixtures off of rainwater rather than potable water, so we'll further reduce the demand on the potable water system and switch over to rainwater, saving utilities and giving us a business continuity measure.
The Sustainability Committee is a group of employees on campus. We've implemented a recycling program and composting program on campus, which has been really successful. We have made an effort to increase native species of plants and flowers around campus. We already have an educational garden which has some native grasses and some wildflowers and herbs.
What we've focused on is removing invasive species, and that has benefited both wildlife as well as water flow through our campus. The environmental benefits of going back to native plants from invasive species include pollinator sustainment. Pollinators actually account for more than 70% of the food chain. So when we promote pollinator habitats, we're actually helping to sustain food.
It's really great that BAE Systems provides this opportunity for employees to become involved in the community and in our environment around campus and to support us in these efforts.
Accepting on behalf of BAE Systems, our Site Executive, Kim Umberhagen, and Deputy Site Executive, Cody Drake. Tonight's winner for education inspires a new generation of leaders through school-based programs that empower students to tackle environmental challenges on their campus and in their communities. Let's meet EcoRise.
EcoRise is a nonprofit that works in K-12 schools teaching sustainability, design, and social entrepreneurship. And our mission is to mobilize the next generation of youth to design a sustainable future for all. There's a number of topics that are covered, including water, energy, transportation, food, public spaces, waste. But on top of that, the students are also learning about creative problem solving and design thinking methodologies, which gives them the tools to be able to solve local issues. We're teaching very specific sustainability topics like green building, biomimicry, and social entrepreneurship.
Professional development is a big part of what makes the impact model work at EcoRise. We provide a lot of support to make sure our teachers not only have access to the curriculum, but they know how to use the curriculum in their classroom. And so it supports the specific needs of their classroom as well. So we're working right now with 1,900 teachers nationally. That's at about 1,000 schools across the country. About a third of our impact is right here in Texas.
I really liked the idea of sustainability because it was kind of an overall content that we could start with. And going from there, looking at specific parts of the curriculum like compost, nitrogen cycle, the aquaponics, and pulling in different ideas and different bits of the curriculum to teach the things that I thought the kids would find interesting.
The microgrants that we offer at EcoRise is what we deem as the Student Innovation Fund. And with these microgrants, we offer grants up to $500 per classroom. And when the students have identified a sustainability challenge in their community, maybe access to healthy food or ways to decrease energy consumption, we offer grants to the students so that they can implement those projects on their campus.
So my project was aquaponics, which is the relationship between fish and crops. So we were able to make a connection between those, and the idea was that we would not be wasting water on the plants, and we would be able to grow fish at the same time growing crops.
My project was the vegetable garden, and we were able to save all of those factors, and we used less water, less waste, because we composted through the cafeteria of all the waste that went back into the vegetable garden.
My project was the butterfly garden. We wanted to focus on being able to help pollinators have shelter and attract them, not only for us, but for like the butterfly garden, and to help them migrate.
It was something that is really long-term, that is going to actually make an impact.
The EcoRise program and our team in particular really do everything we can to give teachers all of the resources that they need so they can create this experience for young people.
As a teacher, that's the most amazing part, is getting to hear the kids be excited about learning and doing something that is not that easy. Having them take ownership of it when they finally got to go and build it and get the money and see that all that hard work paid off, it's a great experience.
Accepting the award are EcoRise founder Gina Lamotte and executive director Jonathan Stott. By honoring tonight's winners, the TCEQ hopes to encourage others to initiate like-minded projects and reinforce a spirit of environmental stewardship. We hope other cities will follow in the footsteps like the city of Lago Vista.
The current population of Lago Vista is somewhere around 7,200 people. Lago Vista currently uses about 300 million gallons of water per year. Before we started the pressure plane interconnect and the tank mixing program, we were only selling about 50% of the water that we were buying. We were flushing about 2.3 million gallons a year out of our 3 primary tanks up to 7 times a year. Since we've installed the tank mixing and flash bar system, we've never flushed a tank. The tank mixer system was designed to eliminate dead zones in the ground storage tanks and ensure thorough mixing of the water within the tank. The HDPE inlet pipe is designed to go 2/3 up the height of the tank in the center of the tank so that the incoming water is released at the top of the tank, and the colder water on the bottom of the tank is what's sent out to the distribution system. The splash pump system was designed to remove trihalomethane, which are a gaseous byproduct of the chlorination of the organics in the raw water, and the splash bar that the pump is hooked to releases the water above the water level in the ground storage tank, and the impact of the water droplets on the surface of the water dissipate the trihalomethane gas.
We have 12 tanks throughout the city. Probably about 9 of those have the spray bars.
The current maximum contaminant level, MCL, for trihalomethanes is 80 parts per billion. When we started the program, our furthest out tanks sometimes reached 175.
We are using HDPE for our water system. We converted over from conventional legacy pipe 9 years ago. We've got about 130 miles of HDPE water lines.
HDPE pipe is fused together and is a monolithic pipe from valve to valve, has no bells or spigots, and therefore is leak-free. Another thing we found out about using HDPE pipe is that it's much easier to install, and it's also safer.
Accepting for the City of Lago Vista are Dave Stewart, Assistant Director of Public Works, and David Walden, Superintendent of Utility Operations. Texas Native Seeds Program has one goal: commercial source of native seeds that anyone can buy and plant for restoration. While the goal is simple, achieving it is not.
Texas Native Seeds Program is an initiative to develop and promote native plants and native seeds for use in habitat restoration and reclamation throughout Texas. Texas Native Seeds started almost 20 years ago. Several landowners at the time were concerned about the added construction for I-69. They wanted to enable better restoration and restoration using native plants. Native plants, in essence, are the foundation of all native ecosystems. We go out with a team of students and seed collectors and look for certain plants in those regions.
Native seeds allow you to plant back what the wildlife evolved with, and enabling them to have the food sources, the cover sources, and all the other beneficial aspects of native seeds.
So landowners benefit in a whole variety of ways. The program started because of needs that they had to rehabilitate habitat. Obviously meeting that need is a huge benefit for the landowners, but I think it goes beyond just the kind of nuts and bolts of getting habitat put back together. I think one of the big benefits that landowners get out of participating with the Texas Native Seeds Program is knowing that they're contributing to conservation in a lot broader aspect. So whether it's wildlife on their property, maybe deer and quail and migratory birds, or it may be pollinators, it's really a program that I think the landowners that are participating understand that they're having benefits for conservation across the state.
The most important thing about the Texas Native Seeds Program that really keeps me running is the fact that we're having large-scale impacts. We're helping to erase all the negative things that are happening to the land and being able to provide a positive resource that is going to affect that, hopefully for future generations.
There's a wide variety of partners that are involved in the Texas Native Seeds Program. Everyone from state agencies like TxDOT, Texas Parks and Wildlife, Texas Military Department. Since that time, we've grown to be a statewide program. I think we've had an impact in inspiring others by giving people hope that you can restore natural habitats and habitats that benefit wildlife. So my favorite part of my job is the ability to see real impact and real change on the landscape, and to do it at a scale that matters.
Accepting on behalf of Texas Native Seeds Program, our Program Director Forrest Smith and Program Associate Director Keith Pawelek. When choosing an extraordinary environmental educator, how can you just select one? Well, sometimes you just can't, and here's why.
My name is Candace Prince. I'm one of the art teachers at El Dorado High School, which is in El Paso, Texas. This will be my 14th year working here.
She's a humble educator with a big heart, and it's all about the passion and what she's giving back.
I dropped out of school in middle school. I tried to homeschool myself. That wasn't very successful. As soon as I hit 16, I got 2 jobs and I worked at the mall from opening to closing. I knew that I always wanted to do more, so it was either helping animals, helping the planet, or helping the environment, and I just knew like I had a calling for that. My aunt was like, move in with me in El Paso and I can help you get your GED. She saw that I was inclined towards art, and so I said, I'm gonna be an art teacher. And then it just turned into getting my associate and then getting my bachelor's, and now I have my master's.
I feel like it's really important for the younger generation to try to find a way to express themselves, as well as promote environmentalism through their artwork.
We went out, drove down Montana, and on the surface it looks great, it looks okay. Lots of desert, and then you park and you walk just a couple feet in, and then you see all this trash and you just see the pollution that's happening just down the street.
With the help of the kids, my idea was to take the trash, wash it, sort it, inventory it, and then have a portable where local artists have clean, readily available art supplies. So there should be no excuse for money because it was free, and then we're cleaning up the land at the same time. Why do we want to stop there? Why don't we start doing local workshops where we teach people how to use it and turn it into something? If they don't know how, we'll show them how. And so there's a range of things we do, from taking aluminum cans and turning them to jewelry, taking magazines, rolling them into beads. And so we said, well, here's the cleanup, here's the workshops. Why don't we add a third component where we have people submit artwork that's made out of recycled materials? It's just this whole collecting, educating, and then the culmination of it, which is the big party with the art exhibition, which is Metamorphosis, Trash to Treasure.
Now you have students who are interested in pursuing a degree in conservation studies, in environmental studies, to pursue a career and make a difference statewide, nationwide, worldwide.
They know that she cares about them, to make them be better people. Not just better artists, not just better scholars, but better people.
Growing up, I've had a very hard life. I've gone through a lot of trouble. Miss Prince shows me that I can progress into such a great person. So it gives me hope that I have a future.
I can completely relate with the struggles of being able to afford stuff or being embarrassed about things, but also I dropped out of school and nobody came looking for me. Nobody came knocking on my door. No teachers called home. I just don't understand how easy it was for me to just disappear, and nobody looked for me. So when I have kids that they're gone, I want to know where they are, because I can remember what it was like to be at home and not really have anybody looking after me. And I wish somebody would have stepped in to help me. I don't want them to fall through the cracks. I don't want them to disappear. If I had dropped out and I didn't have somebody to lift me up like my aunt did, none of this would have happened, right? And so I see the potential in all of them. And so who knows, they're gonna be the next inventor. They're gonna cure cancer. They're important and they're needed, and we need to look out for them.
Miss Prince has really directly affected our culture here at El Dorado High School, and just making students more aware as far as what's going on even in our backyard.
They can be the change in the world, and it just takes one person, and she shows them that every day.
She's a great role model, really. She helped me be more creative and be more aware of my community and environmentalism, and because of her, I'm gonna become an art teacher.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Candace Prince, art instructor at El Paso, El Dorado High School. Candace, if you could just remain on stage for just 1 second. If you can come back, we have something else. And if I could ask Linda Dunn to please join us back up on stage. If you were here with us last year, we announced that Waste Management of Texas generously offered to partner with the agency to provide a contribution to the organization represented by Educator of the Year. Naturally, Waste Management agreed that Linda and Candace are both worthy recipients. So Heather Learman of Waste Management joins us on stage again to present a donation to each of you. On behalf of the agency and Waste Management, we present a donation to $2,500 to the John Bunker Sands Wetland Center in Linda's honor, and a donation of $2,500 to Green Hope Project in Candace's honor. Congratulations, ladies, well deserved. Also, thank you, Heather, and once again, we express our sincere gratitude to Waste Management of Texas for the continued generous support of these awards and the Take Care of Texas program. Tonight's inspirational videos are posted to the TEEA website listed on the card on your table, to TCQ News YouTube channel, and to agency Facebook page. Please visit our Facebook and Twitter pages to view the photos from tonight and to share videos with your family, friends, and coworkers, and to start planning now to nominate someone for next year. Now I'd like to ask Chairman Neerman to say a few closing words. Chairman?
Thank you, Ryan. And my sincere thanks to the staff of the External Relations Division who are responsible for tonight's event. Let's give them a round of applause for an amazing evening. And on behalf of the entire commission, congratulations again to tonight's winners. Your determination in improving the environment of Texas is unwavering, and we're fortunate to have the benefit of honoring your work. To each of you who joined us, thank you for spending your evening with us. Safe travels home, everyone, and good night.